It's going to tell me we're live. Hey, everybody, it's JJ Conway. I'm here with Roz Henderson, and today we're going to talk about how you can boost your sales effortlessly. We're going to start off with some lessons from this recent Black Chicago blow up. It's going to be good, y'all. We're going to be talking about return on investment and communicating your value.
Hey y'all, hey, you know what time it is? It's Money Mondays with JJ Conway and Rosalind Henderson. Girl, it's time you stop working so hard with nothing to show for it. We're going to show you how to earn more, keep more of what you made, and make money while making a difference. Let's get started.
All right. So I want to start off today. I know we're going to get the great sales strategist Rosalind Henderson in on this return on investment, but I want to show you a clip that was recently featured on Dr. Boyce's channel. Dr. Boyce Watkins, America's #1 voice for Black financial issues. But I want to show you all this video. I want you to listen to what these folks are saying. They're upset about the they're upset about the placement of immigrants in their neighborhood, and these immigrants are receiving all kinds of resources and accommodations.
Resources that have not come to
Y'all
us.
hear that?
Now you want to overly compensate for people
Yes.
who never lived here before, and we need to be taken care of first and foremost before anything else happens here.
Mm-hmm.
Why would any leader put our Black communities already riddled with crime at further risk by placing unvetted non-taxpayers steps away from our seniors, our children, and our homes we've worked so hard on our own to secure?
We are at war, people. Our communities are at war. They are violating our communities, and we asking that we across the country, we asking and we're demanding for office of Black America, or whatever you want to call it, to deal with issues like this.
I did get placed on a wait list, but I was told that the immigrants were taking priority. See, that's a story that a lot of people don't know, and it hurt me. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I understand we need to be humanitarian, but these people my participants are 3rd and 4th generation Chicagoan, born, bred, fed, and raised here. My grandmother, Mayrella Carrington, rest in peace, always said, Craig, charity starts at home first, and then it go abroad.
Politically, having over 500 people in our community would completely wipe out any interest we have.
Many of these migrants have been dumped in our neighborhoods without a plan in place to monitor and house them long term.
I'm not selling nothing. And I keep telling people, we don't have to move. If you sell, they're going to come in. If we don't sell, we got to stand strong.
That's right. We just getting started.
Hey, you ever seen a wealthy person or wealthy?
Nope. Woo. Stop. Sorry, y'all. I can't figure out how to stop it. I do not want you. Skip that. I don't want you. I want to go back to the one I just had, y'all, because somebody made a really good point. Okay, well, so we're talking about ROI. We're talking about being able to communicate the value of what you offer in a nice, easy way that draws the sales to you, demonstrating the return on investment of your product. And I know, aside from the anger factor, of folks who have been placed in this situation, it almost sounds like we're demonstrating a negative ROI. Somehow, this community has failed to communicate their value to the powers that be, and the powers that be have found a additional value to themselves that doesn't match what the residents need, because they said, okay, look, I don't know what they really said. I'm just supposing here. All right, I'm not trying to slander or libel anybody, but I'm just supposing what it looks like from an outside third-party advisor or observer is that somebody said we need to be a team player and take all these people in, and then somebody else said, well, where can we put them that's going to have the least amount of impact to our financial bottom line? Oh, look at this community over here. Now, I loved what the grandma at the end had to say about how, hey, if you don't sell your house and give it up, There's no place for somebody to move in. And so I think a lot of times our sales is like that. If we, and again, this is so negative. I should have thought this through better. I just got mad when I saw it. I said, but really, if we fail to establish our value, there's no room for anybody else. If we establish our value, if we understand our value, if we hold on to our value as a business person and effectively communicate that value, then there's no room for anybody else to undercut our sales.
What I'm seeing here is something that I'd like to see sweeping across the United States. You have African Americans getting together and taking a stand on their value, because the fact of the matter is, historically, we are undervalued as a people. Even though we built all this whole United States, even though we've struggled and shown our worth in various ways, the final analysis is this. I love the fact that we're standing up and saying, we're drawing a line in the sand here. Unfortunately, powers that be, you fail to see our value. So we are going to stand and help you see it. And it is difficult to do, to take a stand and to stay collective and strong. And yet these are the kind of things that have got to happen to ensure, more often than not, that the powers that be begin to open their ears and saying, oh, Black folks are not going to have this. Because you basically are going to receive what you tolerate. Whatever you tolerate, you're going to receive. And so what I'm liking here in this stance, and it should be angry, because you know why? I understand the anger. How many decades have we been trying to demonstrate our worth and politely asking, powers that be, don't you see us? Powers that be nice. Appeal to the morals, appeal to the heart. We try to do that. It's now time to stand. And so from that point of view, return on investment is that, in essence, because what I want to talk about, if I can talk a little bit about that now, JJ, is that when we're talking about an irresistible offer in our business, I have to be able to communicate to the prospect in such a way that they'll say, you know, I'd be a fool if I didn't purchase whatever she's selling right now. We got to be sure of the value that we're offering. And what I find so often is that there's a lot of entrepreneurs who undercut themselves. They're a little wishy-washy in the ability to say, I'm a high ticket offer and I can communicate to you. I'm going to stand on that. Too many times I'm all about having maybe a quick sale, but we're often too easily led to, breaking down our prices. If someone says, oh, that's just so much, I don't know if I can afford that, we're breaking it down. We're undercutting ourselves. So the first step is to be able to build self-worth. Yeah, I threw that in there. That's a little bit unusual. But again, you have to be able to see yourself as a big ticket product. You have to see yourself that way. I hear you saying something, JJ, did I?
No, but I sure can, because one of my flagship courses is Self-Image Rising, and it's all about how you can grow your net worth by growing your self-worth. And when you understand your value and you really internalize your value, when you internalize your value, then you can walk with confidence. And one of my sales instructors back in the day said, hungry salesmen smell bad. And when I know that I can command the price that I can command, I'm not hungry and desperate for that sale anymore. And it changes how I approach the client, where I can actually approach the potential client with solutions that will work for them instead of just trying to put money in my pocket. And that's how you really do build those long-term sales. But if we're not confident in ourselves and our value, then it's hard to charge the prices we might need to charge to be to A, get the revenue we need, or B, even attract the right kind of clients. Exactly. I'll never forget when I moved from DC to Louisiana, because we were a military family, and I lowered my prices substantially because the Louisiana market could not bear the higher DC prices. and a referral from DC took one look at my page while we were on the phone together. I thought I had him. I knew I had what he needed to succeed, and I was going to be able to deliver that value in a timely manner, as cost effective for me and cost effective for him. He took one look at my page and he said, "You must not be any good because you don't charge enough."
Exactly.
And even though I tried to explain to him, hey, look, we're a military family, I have to adapt to the needs of the market, I began to realize why some people don't put their prices. Now I have a new pricing structure where it's pretty much across the board for anybody now. But I remember when I first got started. And I didn't have the confidence in what I was offering. I knew what I was offering was good because it got me out of $800,000 of debt, right? Like I knew that much, but I wasn't confident that people would buy from me. I wasn't confident that I could really help people. People didn't ever seem to really listen to my ideas. I knew they were good because they worked. See, some of us, we're not confident today. And I'm going to let Roz talk on this a little bit more later. Some of us are not confident because we haven't made anything work yet. Right.
Yes,
so I knew that the tactics work. I knew that my financial strategies worked, but I didn't have any success with really. I was one of those people that had the idea in the meeting, and then somebody else would say my idea, and nobody liked it when I said it, but when they said, "Oh, it was the most amazing thing," right? Like I was that kind of person, and so self-image rising helps you move from being that kind of person to the kind of person that gets your voice heard and gives your confidence back. But I was so lacking in confidence, but I knew I had to charge something. I was offering financial tune-ups for $29. That was 90 minutes of my time plus research into their situation.
Yes.
By the time you did that math, I was making less than minimum wage. And ain't none of us start a business so we can make less than minimum wage. But that's where my confidence was.
Yes.
And as my schedule piled up and the referrals started coming in, I did what every business owner should do. I raised my prices. And that filtered out some people, but I still made more money. And I kept raising and raising and raising until I hit a nice sweet spot with good money coming in and good quality time for my family. But before that, I didn't have confidence. So if we've got some new business owners, how can they communicate ROI with confidence today?
Well, you make a whole lot of good points there. Understand that this whole thing about self-worth is an ongoing growth point, and that it's a process. There are a lot of tools that we can use on our own, and I teach that through my mega sales program, that actually shifts the energy. You begin to shift the energy, begin to build confidence so that you're transforming your thinking and you're raising your confidence so you can charge those high ticket prices. So you can take your wares if you need to and go fish in a pond where people will pay high ticket prices. Sometimes we're fishing in the wrong places because of low self-esteem. So those are the things that we've got to address, and instead of living with it, because living with it means that our business could eventually shrivel up and wither. So that's the bottom line. So that's the first thing that I'm always going to say, that concurrent with everything else that I'm teaching, continue to work on building your self-worth. Anything that comes out of your hands, anything that you worked hard on, anything that has transformed the life of another person is invaluable, and we need to own that and stand on that. But otherwise, what I oftentimes teach in my mega sales program is the offer stack. We can create an offer stack. This offer stack that we put together is about maybe creating a slide deck, or even if you're doing it informally on the phone as you're running a sales call, you are showing how your product is broken down into all these little bits and parts. You're showing the monetary value of those bits and parts of your program. And in essence, when you do it well, what you're showing the prospect is, hey, you're putting down $4,000, but you're actually getting $26,000 of service, because I'm going to do different things like one-on-one appointments. I'm going to add different things to this program, which layers of accountability. I'm going to add this or that into the program, making it far more valuable than what you are paying. It's inherent in what I do. And when we do that well, and I teach that in the mega sales program that we run for 3 months, When you do that well, then sales become easier because they're saying, my goodness, I'm getting $26,000 for a $4,000 product. I got to go for this. Let me hand you my credit card. So I'm asking my folks out there, audience out there, you need to really dig deep and pull out those parts that you know that your clients need, the different parts of your program, and then put that monetary value on each of those parts and how much it really costs. I will even sometimes ask my folks to take out a calculator. Okay. And I'm showing them the different parts of my program, and, you know, and then showing them return on investment, not just for right now, but even for the future.
Right.
You learn how to sell, for instance. Do you know that that is a game changer, that you can make any amount that you want once you have these sales skills under your belt? They're instilled, they're a part of you. Then you can determine how you want 6 figures, you want 7 figures. That is up to you. If you're going to put in the work and you have a system in place, that can be a reality for you. When you're able to show this, oh my gosh, you'll have people standing around the corner wanting to take you up on your offer. So,
and I think when you say that, it reminds me of the other lessons that we've already covered. Like we talked about, and for those of you who are new to this series, this is number 6 of a 7-part series. So you can go out to either my YouTube channel, or you can go out to Fly Nubian TV on YouTube, Fly Nubian Queen TV, and you can get the entire series. But we talked about really clarifying, what problem are we solving? What problem are we solving? Why does your ideal client hire you? You know, we talked about prospects in plain sight. We talked about networking basics. We talked about using Facebook to effortlessly attract to your mailing list, or to your Facebook group, or to your lead magnet, the people that really need your help. We talked about using probing questions to really understand what they need and position our product as the solution, our offer, our service as the solution for what we need. We talked about benefits and visualization. And at this point in the process, we also talked about handling objections last time. And at this point in the process, a wise salesperson understands what this potential client, this prospect in front of us, what is it they need to succeed, and how can we help? How can we help? And we know that help doesn't always come free, because if it comes free, they don't value it. So even if you are offering something right now, if you don't have a price tag attached to it, I'm challenging you to put a price tag on something that you're offering, even if it's only $9, even if it's only $1. You know, there's a huge shift in energy with even just $1. There's a huge shift in energy when somebody pays you versus just listening to you or letting you work yourself to death for free for them. We don't think it's them. We don't think it's us working for free to them. We don't think of it that way. We think we're serving, and we think we're loyal, and we think we're kind, and we think we're exercising our faith. But you know, a lot of times to the other side, if you want people to value it, put that price tag on that and watch the shift in energy that happens. And so we're not just painting this picture of the value. We're painting the picture of the value with tints that match, with shades of colors that match what the prospect needs.
Absolutely. One more thing I wanted to add about being able to communicate very, very well your value. You might want to also share testimonials. You know, when you have, again, a prospect who has been working on an issue for some time and they've gotten impartial results from other folks, they're a little nervous about, you know, handing you that $3,000, $5,000. So anytime you have an anxious prospect in front of you, it's important that you can show them, look, I have a track record of wins, and I can help you win too. So testimonials are something that I use, 3 or 4 of them when I am at the offer point of my sales call, to show them that, oh my goodness, there's other folks who are really prospering underneath my expertise. And I also talk a little bit, if I may, just really quickly, about how do you create a dynamite testimonial is really, really simple. You're going to go back to your current clients, past clients, and you're just going to simply, ask if you can use them. You can use a testimonial on a website, in your offer, different places. Let them know that, hey, I would like to use your words in regards to my service. And then you're just simply going to ask them to write in detail what it was like before your services, what it was like after your services. And the thing is to ask them to give details, ask them to be honest and use their words. Don't tinker with it. Don't try to add or subtract. Okay, we want it to be totally authentic. And you want your past client or a current client just to go ahead and share their name, and any relevant details like their job and their community name. And even sometimes when it's still hard for a client to put together a testimonial, I'll give them a sentence frame. So I'll fill out a lot of things and leave some things blank for them to answer, because you want to make it as easy as possible for your past clients and current clients to create a testimonial for you. It's easy to do, but it's important that we are collectors of high quality testimonials. So that is another way to show tremendous value, and you want to see the prospect's anxiety lessen, then go ahead and create some fantastic testimonials.
And I think it's really important to mention here that it's okay. We've already established in this series that I'm a little on the weird side. I try to be more normal, but I just realized after about 5 decades, it's just not going to happen. So, so one of the biggest mistakes that I made in trying to establish my ROI, or show the prospect that I have a huge return on value to offer them, is I was always coming from the perspective of what did I want, and I had to realize I'm an oddball. There's more people who like other things and who care more about other things. And one of the ways in which I'm an oddball is when it comes to spending big money, I want all the details. I want all the details. I want to analyze that thing forward and backward, coming and going. And in fact, it's funny because I bought into something one time and the lady was like, yeah, this is I don't know why she did this, but she showed me her sales flow on her mailing list. Like if they take this action, they take this action, they take this action, we route them this way. It was huge. It was massive. And she said, and people like you just went from here to here. And that shows me you're impulsive and you just make split decisions based on emotion. I was like, whoa. I didn't make split decision based on emotion. I clicked here today and bought here today because I'd already done 10 days worth of research on what you're offering. And I already knew this is what I wanted. So I could make that split decision. But, we have to understand that not everybody needs that. And so if we're trying to give the prospect something that they don't need, we could actually close the sale. I'm not close the sale. We could close them off of us and ruin the sale by giving them something they don't need. If you have a prospect that's very analytical and you talk all about the emotional benefits and how great it's going to feel when you walk in the room with that bad new purse, or when you roll down the street and that shiny new car, and you talk about the emotional aspect, but they're an analytical person, you lose that sale. Similarly, you talk to an emotional person who just wants to have fun, like both of my boys. You talk to them with facts and details and statistics. Oh, their eyes glaze over and they move on to the next person. They'll buy from the next person who's doing something fun, even if it's not the best, because the analytical person didn't communicate the fun.
Right. So you're making a real good point there. We have different types of prospects. And this is why I'm a social seller, because people are going to buy when they buy. They're interested and they're looking and they're doing some tire kicking because maybe they're like you, JJ, and that's fine. They need to do more research. They need to have more time with Rosalind. And so for those people who are hanging around on my Facebook, in my Facebook group, they're attending, my webinars. They're doing a drinking my information, but they haven't moved. They're still in my pipeline. And what I need to do is continue to offer them, the little tidbits. I need to continue to feed them in my Facebook group. I need to continue to ask them to come to my webinars. I need to personally engage with them still, because that could be the breakthrough needed for them to sign up with your program. Everybody's on a different time trajectory. Everybody is. And so you have those more emotional folks. And yes, and then there's people like you who are a little bit more cautious. But I find the more cautious clients oftentimes are once they get into your ecosystem, they're the ones who stay and stay. They're the most loyal clients there are because they already vetted you.
As long as you treat them right.
As long as
you treat me right, you got me for life.
Yeah, exactly. So we have to always keep that in mind and realize as salespeople, it's not always about an immediate sale. It's about me giving value, whether I'm giving a little value here in my Facebook. It's about being consistent. It's about continuing to offer and to do those things in a systematic, best practices sort of way in terms of selling. And the people that are for you are eventually going to wake up and they're going to say, it's been 3 months. I've been watching Rosalind for 3 months. Yeah, I think it's time now. I think it's time to go on her program because I've been watching her. And then there'll be the other people, like you said, who maybe are a little bit more emotionally bent and will say, you know what? Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. I'm looking I'm signing up today. You have all of that and in between. And that's all good. And that's all good. And our job is to follow up too. Oftentimes we don't get that immediate sale, JJ. What we'll do is say, oh, I guess their answer is no. And it's a permanent no. So I guess I'll leave them be. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Yeah, the follow-up is where money's left on the table also. Sometimes people are very, very busy. JJ, you're all over the world speaking. And, sometimes you need to just remind them of what they already want anyway. But the time and life has gotten in the way. So there are all these different things that we can do just to see where they are, not to convince, not to force, not to twist arms, but to make sure that, everybody's good. And you don't, just want to remind you that this is happening in my business. And I know you've talked about this in the past. And do that. It builds momentum. You're getting one client after another. It builds on itself.
I love that. And I love the comments that we have. I'm gonna put them back up. I love Shar. We got Shar out there. She QDP Publishing out of Detroit. If you want to do business with a sister who walks in excellence, there you go. She didn't pay me to say that, but she's just been awesome in so many of my conferences. And I can't tell who this is because they didn't give Facebook permission. They didn't give StreamYard permission to see their Facebook. But you know what? I love it. And really, what we're talking about today is sometimes we are a little bit weird. Sometimes we aren't weird, but sometimes our demographic is just not well received. Okay. And so we have to understand that there are different ways to approach different things. And if you want to attract to you the clients that resonate with you, then these are the things that will help you. Because see, I don't need people. I'll take any client. I will always take any money, contribute to the Philip Wiggins Scholarship Fund. I will take the money. Okay. But in my life, I don't need people who are difficult and demanding and they just want to tear you down and they just want to make you feel bad so they can feel. I deal with enough of that. I don't need to introduce that anymore into my business life or my personal life. So I don't want to attract those kind of clients, Yes. I want to attract kind of clients that have a positive outlook and a positive thing. And so these methods that we're teaching you will help you bring people into your ecosystem that want to be there. And now I do want to say, let me see what's here. Oh, I love this. Shar says that success is in the follow-up. In fact, I saw some research that said it's like between the 7th and 12th touch that the sale is made anymore because we're so bombarded with information and emails and reach outs and things like that. So yes, build that relationship. And the other thing is
I want to stop for a quick second right there and just a couple. I know we're getting to our
we're about out of time.
We're running out of time, but just on that, you can build relationships in the simplest ways. I'm a social seller and I have my Facebook group by simply just responding when someone responds to a Facebook post that I've put up, just responding back, getting conversations started, checking on people through the DMs, letting the relationship. Sometimes I will even hop on a Zoom with a potential client, because I just want to get to know them first and foremost. first and foremost, then I want to address your needs. There's all kind of ways of reaching out that is not that sacrificial, but when they see that you care again, and they're in your sphere or orbit, it's going to eventually, most of the time, it will lead to a sale.
Woo. Well, speaking of leading to sales, we've got something special for you. I hope that you have enjoyed what we've been talking about today, and I hope that you can implement. I mean, I feel like we've given you about 7 or 8 different strategies that you can implement right now and start seeing the benefit of those in your business. And so if you really want to solidify that, if you haven't already, for this series, we have a Queen of Sales Flow Essential Sales Workbook. It is our gift to you. You simply go out to queenofsalesflow.com, and it'll take you to this landing page, and you can just put your information there. It'll take you right to the book. The Essential Sales Workbook will help you say goodbye to inconsistent sales. It'll help you track the right clients. It'll help you with some ideas for nurturing clients. Like, it actually walks you through, like, hey, what could you do here? Fill this out, fill this out, fill this out. Oh, look at that. It's just amazing. Oh, I didn't mean to take us both off of there. Hold on. Let me put us back on. There we go. See our smiling faces. This is really going to help you walk through some of these things. Let me just say something real quick. We talk about a lot of stuff, and we're like, I know, I got it. But we don't got it. You know why? Because if you got it, you'd be getting it. And a lot of us are getting it in our business. And I was the queen of that. Like, I'm the queen of cash flow now, and together we are the queens of sales flow, right? But I was the queen of, oh, I got it. I knew, but I didn't do. And sometimes when you think you know it, if you don't take the time to white out those exercises, you may not realize the money you are leaving on the table, that you are overlooking. All right. So I want you to go ahead and get out there and get your workbook. It's queenofsalesflow.com. I'll put it back up on the screen. And then I've got one more thing I want to share with you, but I want to give Rosalind an opportunity to comment on the sales book. It's not letting me scroll up more. But that's fair. Yeah.
Well, JJ, you said it in a nutshell, because, oh my goodness, how many books have I read in my lifetime? Books I have, in fact, my daughter-in-law said the other day, Mama Roz, all these books, do you think you need to be, maybe selling them or giving them away? I love my books, but let me just tell you that just that head knowledge is not life, is not enough. It is about getting it into your behaviors. So taking it to another level means taking the workbook, answering the questions, and being able to live it out. Another level of getting instilled sales in you is to be trained, have been supervised by experts who have been there, done that, and can help you see things you cannot see. That's the next level. So we invite you to go ahead, take advantage of this opportunity. This workbook is the bomb.
And it's getting better day by day.
We're adding so much to it. And it'll probably leave you with a lot of aha moments that you never knew about sales. So I'm inviting anybody to take advantage of this opportunity. Come on.
Yes. All right. Well, look, I'm going to do a shameless plug for something else I want people to come on to. And you can see me and you can see Rosalind. We're going to go. Let me put this back up. We are going to be in Chicago next month with Dr. Boyce Watkins, Dr. Cheryl Wood, Sanithia S. Bland from CBS's Tough as Nails. We are going to be at our Juneteenth Legacy Conference, and we are almost sold out. Our VIP dinner with Dr. Boyce, that is sold out. But if you pay me enough, I might give you my seat. I don't know. I'll give you my food, but I'm certainly going to be in the room. But we are going to have a fabulous time. We are almost sold out for this conference, and it is going to be fantastic. Rosalind is going to be up there speaking just before Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm going to be up there. We're going to talk about military issues. We're going to talk about post-traumatic slave syndrome. We're going to talk about all kinds of things. And I'm working on some very special surprises. Yes, yes, yes. You can get the 3 days worth of live stream at no cost. There's no cost seats available, but I would encourage you to attend in person, or if you want to get your it's not on that page. Oops. Should have clicked through first. If you attend in person, or if you want to hear Dr. Boyce, it is an upgrade for the virtual pass. So you want to make sure you get in there and be in the room or on the Zoom when me and Roz present during the Juneteenth Legacy Conference.
I'm excited.
I can't wait.
It's going to be hot. And again, I'm all about aha moments. And I will be there. I will be there with a pen and paper in hand. I'm going to be taking a lot of notes. She's bringing the top shelf people to come in to talk to us about building wealth. And there's some topics that you might think, what does that have to do with building wealth? It has everything to do.
Everything to do. We got some big names.
Oh,
we got Kareem Ellis talking about GPS, your success. We got the millionaire real estate guru himself, Johnny Lynham. He's going to be talking about the secrets to grow a 10 million plus real estate portfolio.
Wow.
We're going to have Asia Kay talking about, are you at risk of becoming a victim of a narcissistic abuse? So a lot of times we don't realize some of these things till we're in the situation. Oh my goodness. We're going to be talking with Jacqueline Vasquez about abundance is our birthright. Y'all. Dexter B. Jenkins, the courage to become a wealth creator. I mean, we've also got Sandra Ricketts. We've got Crystal Pillow. We've got, I already mentioned our headliners. You got Roz, you got me, and I didn't have time to get the picture up here, but you're also going to see in his stage debut, little guy Conway, the Cubby himself, will be gracing the stage at Juneteenth.
What you say?
Oh yeah, I can't wait to. I just.
Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to meet little Cubby for a while now. I've been watching him on Facebook. That's her son who is.
Wait till
dripping with talent.
And he remembers people. We went to a conference and he's like, that's Uncle Les Brown. He's like, that's Uncle Les. That's Dr. Cheryl. That's Jonas with the bonus. Yeah, y'all. I mean, you train a child in the way they should go. Oh my goodness, we are so over time. You train your child in the way they should go. Oh my Lord. They will not depart from it. So I know we're going to have some turbulent teenage years, but I know we're training the Cubby in the way that he should go. All right. That's all I've got for you today. Please join us next week. We're going to have the last part of our 7-part series on sales. And then I think what we're going to do is I want y'all to tell us what you want. I think we're going to start talking about some of these, maybe a little untouchable issues that face business owners of color. And we're going to talk about some of the things that people don't like to talk about, but I think need to be talked about. We're going to talk more about the same topics as in the Juneteenth conference. I think we're going to do it, but let us know what you need. Drop it in the comments, send me a PM, send Roz a PM. Let us know what you need and how we can help you succeed. All right, that's all I've got for you. On behalf of myself and my co-host, Rosalind Henderson, I want to thank y'all for being here. Y'all take care and be blessed.
Bye-bye.